How's it going, everybody? 8 Second Gaming here, back with another Apex Legends video, and Season 10 has finally hit the ground running, and I've been playing enough of it that I finally feel confident enough to make a tier list. I can't make a tier list too far into, or like too early into the season because, nobody knows a whole lot about the balance changes and everything like that, where the new character falls in the meta, but played enough of the game so far that I feel confident enough to make this tier list. Now, this is going to be for the BR ranked. It's not pubs. If you're looking for a pubs tier list, that is completely irrelevant. If you want to play pubs, play whoever you want, play who you have the most fun with. Tier lists don't matter. I will be doing a arenas tier list once I feel confident enough to make an arenas tier list. I don't really want to make one without having the proper knowledge. So once I feel confident enough to make an arenas tier list, I will be making an arenas tier list. But for now, roll the intro and let's hop into this. Okay, so hopping right into this, we're going to go with Bangalore up first. Bangalore is going into B tier. I think Bangalore is a B tier legend because she's always just kind of been a middle of the pack legend. She's never been broken. She's never been underbalanced or underwhelming, underpowered, anything like that. She's always just been kind of that middle of the pack legend. And, sorry, a lot of people think that like Bangalore being the most balanced legend is a good thing, but in a game where the smallest advantage makes the biggest impact, being balanced isn't really a good thing. You want to have an overpowered legend. So Bangalore, B tier. That's always how I viewed her. She's always really been B, C tier, that kind of thing. Next up, Bloodhound. Bloodhound is S tier. I don't think anybody can say anything different. The passive helps you track down teams, helps you kind of get information on your rotations. The tactical gives you free wall hacks, free unbannable wall hacks, and the ultimate gives you a speed boost and more wall hacks. So, and a free digi threat. So like, what could be better other than that? So yeah, Bloodhound is just Bloodhound's S tier. I don't think there's any way to put it other than that. Caustic's A tier. I think right now he's the best defensive character hands down, but with his buffs in the last little patch and the last little update where it starts to ramp up the ticks each time, that gives him a really strong balance change without making him ridiculously overpowered. So right now Caustic's in a really good spot for what he does. He's not overpowered to where you have to have a Caustic to counter the Caustic, but you don't have to run Caustic if you don't want to. He's not like overbalanced support where he's a staple on team, but if you have a Caustic on your team, it's not a troll pick. So Caustic to me right now is A tier, 100%. If anybody thinks differently, I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments down below. Next up is Crypto. Crypto C tier. Crypto, you have to have a team built around Crypto in order to play him to the fullest extent of his abilities. You have to have that kind of cohesive ball that is that team, and they have to really be based around that playstyle, because you have to understand that you're down a man going into a fight when he sets up his drone, and he's really not good at edge play, so if you get stuck outside circle, you're a little bit at a disadvantage apart from a different team with a different comp. So I think Crypto's really like middle of the pack C tier legend. So, and that's yeah. Next up, Fuse. I'm having a hard time. I think Fuse is D tier. I think his buff has made him just a little bit better. I don't think he's overpowered. I don't think he's as bad as he was before. Like before, he would have been like down here. He would have been like way over here. But I think right now he's a good D tier legend. He's not a 100% troll pick anymore. I still think he's underwhelming. I've seen a lot of people have issues with him, but I've run into a lot more Fuses, and I haven't had an issue. People have stuck me with the Knuckle Cluster. People have caught me in his Ring of Fire, and I haven't really felt anything other than what I've felt before playing against Fuse. But that just might be me. I might be running into people that are new to playing Fuse because they saw the buffs and they want to try him out. I don't know. But for right now, I'm putting Fuse in D tier. He has the ability to move up or down depending on how he goes. So right now, I think Fuse is a good D tier legend. Gibraltar is still S tier, 100%. Gibraltar is an S tier legend. He's really, really strong, especially on World's Edge. Gives you that dome, gives you the fast res. He has the arm shield, he has fortified. There's just so many good things. I don't think there's really a bad thing about Gibraltar other than his mobility, his movement, stuff like that. So Gibraltar, 100% an S tier legend. Horizon's B tier. So like Bangalore, right now she's in a really balanced state. The changes that they made to her this season have brought her back into being a viable pick. Like when she first came out, she was 100% SS plus or S plus plus, whatever you want to call it. She was the best legend in the game. You had to play her if you wanted to win. And then she just went down into like the garbage jumps that like the Death Star had, like where Luke and Han and them were. She went into that, the trash compactor. But right now, she's actually a really, really balanced pick. She has the gravity lift that's still really good. She has her passive that allows her to have really cool movement, and she has the really annoying ultimate. I think right now she's just a really balanced legend, to be honest. So yeah, Horizon B tier. Next up is going to be one that a few people are going to disagree with me on, but I 100% think that Lifeline is an A tier legend. The res is really good. The Doctrone is really good. The fast heal on the Doctrone, when they changed it to heal you faster, that's really strong. If you're playing for the care package and you're actually waiting for the care package to come down, the care package gives you like really good upgrades, can give you more armor, can give you better attachments. The care package is strong. I'd like it to come down a little bit faster or a little bit quieter, not be as like noticeable, because if you're calling down a Lifeline package, it's basically a beacon of hey, come fight us, like we're about to be a sitting duck basically. But she's really strong, and the only issue with Lifeline is it's the same issue with Wraith, and when we get to Wraith we'll talk about it. But the issue that Lifelines run into is they're used to just being able to res somebody wherever because of the shield. So the only thing that got highlighted when she lost the res shield is your bad res timing, or your inability to protect a down teammate. So Lifeline's still really good. It just highlighted bad Lifelines. And we'll talk about the Wraith thing when we get to Wraith. Loba. Sorry. I'm talking really quickly. I want to keep a, good voice. So Loba, I struggle with Loba. I really do. I personally think that she belongs in E tier. Argument could be made for D tier, but I don't think she's higher than D tier. But right now, I think she's an E tier legend just because there's so many better options out there that it just pushes her down even further. She doesn't really bring anything to a team. People say that, oh, her black market's so good because you can throw it down and you can get attachments. They're 20 feet away. Go grab them. Oh, but what if you're in a firefight and you can't? Have a Gibraltar, have a Gibby, throw his dome on that death box, and then go and pick that up. Or have a Wraith with a portal and go get that. Like, it's not worth taking out a better legend for one ultimate. It's really not. She's better than what she was because she can run with her bracelet. I still don't think she's a good legend. And I will die on this hill. But coming up to the next one, Mirage, F tier. He's horrible. He's absolutely bad. I don't care what anybody says. His kit is so poorly designed. Nobody falls for the decoys. Like, nobody that's like semi-decent falls for the decoys. I don't even want to talk about it because he's that bad. And I know that like his cult following of people that play him are like, you just don't know how to play him. That's not how that works. It's not how that works. You play against somebody enough, you know how like their character works. You know how the character is. It has nothing to do with knowing how to play him. It's more about knowing how to play against him, and that's what's better. Moving on from Mirage though, because there's nothing good about him. So Octane, S tier. I'm gonna move him in front of Bloodhound. The stim, especially with tap strafing and the jump pad and everything, like there's nothing bad about Octane right now. Like it's just his character is just ridiculously strong. Probably gonna get nerfed again soon. They're probably figuring out how to nerf him while we speak. So Octane's S tier. I don't even know what to say because like there's just nothing else to say. Pathfinder, C tier. I think Pathfinder's C tier. I think that he could be higher once they give him an actual passive. I think that really good Pathfinders are going to continue to be really good. If you're looking for good Pathfinder players, check out Caution, check out Skarl, Skurul. He's German. He's ridiculously good at the game. But Pathfinder, because he's lost out on the passive, he only has his grapple, he only has his his zip line, you're losing out on an ability. So Pathfinder C tier, he's just mediocre right now. Hopefully once they give him a passive, he moves up to potentially A tier, but I don't think he'll ever be S tier again. I just don't think it's in the meta. Rampart F tier. In a game, especially a meta, but like a game and a hardcore meta based around movement, her entire kit is designed about standing still and staying in the same spot. Like, there's no other game except for Titanfall and Titanfall 2, I guess, with this kind of movement. So, I don't understand why they would build a character where you have to stay still in order to get the full usefulness out of her. It's just not good. Like, there's no point in playing Rampart. And I know there's a lot of people that play Rampart and love Rampart. That's cool. Good for you. If you find her good, go for it. All the power to you. But there's nothing about her kit that makes sense. Moving on to Revenant. Revenant, B tier. And I know that a lot of people are probably like, oh, Revenant pushes are so strong. Revenant pushes are only strong because of Octane. Revenant alone is a mediocre legend. He's annoying at most, but he's not overpowered. He's not broken. It's when you combo him with somebody like Octane, where they can get in and out of fights really quickly, that it makes it annoying. Because you can put a Revenant totem down and jump pad halfway across the map and get into a fight. And then when you get sent back, you can jump pad in again, or you can leave and you're out of the fight when you get sent back. Revenant alone, you have to put the totem close enough to get into that fight when it first breaks out. So Revenant alone, B tier. Revenant with Octane, S+. But that's, yeah. Seer's S tier. I'm going to move him in front of Bloodhound, because right now I think he's a little bit better than Bloodhound. The flashbang, the heartbeat sensor, the damage on the tactical, the stopping of healing abilities, revives, the fact that it tracks them, the fact that his ultimate tracks them also, and it's a big dome. There's just nothing bad about him. And I know that the people are saying that, oh, he's actually pretty balanced, but people are just like to complain. No, people like to complain because there's a lot to complain about with this guy. He just has way too much. He just got over-tuned. If he had, like, the tactical revealed them, that's one thing. But then that's just Bloodhound. But they had to stack us stuff on top of it, so they had to make it damage, and then they had to give it a flashbang, which I hear they're removing. This is pre-nerfed Seer, so we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, I just right now he's broken. He's S. There's nothing about it. Valkyrie's a really strong character still. I think she's A tier. Fast rotations with her ultimate. The tactical is really good for fights. It's a mini arc star. Her tactical is her passive is really good for like finding rats or finding spots to land safely, figuring out where teams are on rotations. She's just a very strong all around character. She's not broken. She's not busted. She's just really good. So I think she's A tier. I think she's a strong, viable pick. Watson, I think, is E tier. A strong argument could be made for F tier. Right now, she's just so bad. Like, she's in a horrible spot. But the only reason that I put her in E tier is because her ultimate kind of counters fuse. And with the more fuses that you're seeing, her ultimate does come in handy against these fuses and the Gibraltar, all stuff like that. So I think right now she's E tier. But a very strong argument could be made for F tier. She just doesn't do anything. And I love Watson. I have just over 7,000 kills on Watson. I used to play her in scrims. I used to play her in ALGS and GLL and T1. I love Watson with a passion. But right now, she's just bad. And it pains me to say. It does. It pains me to say. But she's just bad. But last but not least, Wraith. Wraith is S tier. I don't care what anybody says. Wraith is S tier. Her tactical is really good. And like Lifeline, how I was saying before, the tactical where it takes a lot longer to activate, all it did was highlight bad Wraiths. One of the G2 members, I forget his name, former aim assist guys, he was like, the Wraith nerf only highlighted bad Wraiths because of your poor positioning and your poor playstyle. All the people that are good at Wraith are still really good at Wraith and still use Wraith really well. And like her portal's really good. Her passive could be a little bit better, but the voices are actually super useful if you know how to use them to like when you're not paying attention and she goes, somebody's looking at you, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. So I think Wraith is still S tier. She's not the best S tier legend, Octane is still better than her right now, but she's still an S tier legend. She's still 100% viable. If you play Wraith, continue to play Wraith. But that is my tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through. I really appreciate it. If you're still here and you haven't yet, click the subscribe button. I post YouTube videos fairly frequently. I'm starting to get back into it a little bit more. I post gameplay videos. I post tips and tricks. I post tier lists like this one. A ranked arena tier list is going to be coming out pretty soon. Weapons tier list is going to be coming out pretty soon. And then some more gameplay stuff. I also stream right here on YouTube. So if you guys want to come by, check out a stream, ask me some questions, chat, have fun, hang out, watch me play some games. I would love to see you guys stop by. So yeah, subscribe, click the bell to be notified when I go live. Also, you can join the Discord channel. The Discord has looking for groups. If you're looking for people to play with, it gets notified when I go live so people can see when I post new videos, when I go live, stuff like that. It's a great place to hang out if you guys are looking for a hangout. It'll be linked in the description down below. I appreciate you guys for watching once again. Hope to see you guys in the next video. So yeah, peace out.